To create our Cyberlox front piece, we're using a piece called a masterpiece. This is a bangs front piece that has 3 clips on the bottom side. We're also using hot glue gun, Cyberlox, rubber bands, comb, clips, and scissors. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to separate our hair into 3 sections, one in the front, one in the center, and one in the back. I've clipped our piece onto a mannequin head for added stability. The first step is to separate this piece into 3 rows, a front, a center, and a back. The front will get left out and we won't be adding any crinoline to that. The other 2 sections will have crinoline added to them. Okay, now that we have our 3 sections, we are simply going to take a section that's about the same or a little bit smaller as the base of one of our crinoline rounds. Push the remainder of the hair out of the way, and we're going to make a small braid. Okay, so we're going to carve off one piece that is the same diameter as our crin, and we're going to braid this and create a short little braided nub. So I'm going to split this into 3. And it's really important that when you do this, that the hair comes straight up and off the area that we're going to be adding the crin to. So almost like a spike. That might seem counterintuitive, but that's what we want to do. We're going to braid down a little bit further than we need to. Okay, so we've got our braid coming straight off of our piece, so if we lay it down, it's going to pop straight back up. That's good. We're going to use our adhesive and place a dot of glue where we're going to cut our braid. I'm going to roll that adhesive in just to make sure that it's on there. Don't worry if this turns white, that's fine. I'm going to snip the end of our braid. And now I'm going to take my adhesive again and just reinforce that. With our nub in place, next it's time to cut our Cyberlox. Remember to make this a little bit longer than you would want your finished piece to be because we're going to tuck in those ends. We're also going to lose a little bit of length at our base. The first step is to tuck in the end. Next, we're going to position that over the braid that you just created. Next, take your rubber band, and we're going to bind that piece of crin down onto that braid. Now we've created our base. We have our crin secured to our braid. Now we just need to cover up this transition point. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some drops of our hot glue. And we're just going to simply push this down over the top so that it looks like a seamless transition. So we're just gonna add a few drops of glue around the base and up a little bit higher so that we have good stick. And then we're just gonna push that down and we're gonna hold it until that cools. If we let go too quickly, it's just gonna pop right back off. This is probably a good time to tell you too, if you touch your hot glue too much, it will leave a white residue. If that happens, you can simply take the end of your glue gun and heat up that glue a little bit until it becomes more of a clear again. The best solution is just not to mess with it too much. This completes your first attachment. Just simply continue working on your back row and your middle row and leaving the front row out until you've completed your entire piece. The last step is to take your ends, which have a raw unfinished edge, and simply push them into the center. Just add your ponytail to the back and you'll have a polished Cyberlox style.